بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back everyone to our Nahu class. This is the 23rd class. Previously, we had discussed that al-jumlatul ismiya, that the nominal sentence is made up of two parts, the mubtada and the khabar. And we also mentioned that mubtada is marfu'un, and we discussed how to do i'rab of that. And likewise, the khabar is marfu'un, and we discussed how to do i'rab of that as well. So that being said, inshallah ta'ala, now it's time for us to translate this text of ours that we have. البطتان والسلحفاة, the two ducks and the turtle. The two ducks and the turtle. Now, so first here we have, the first word is النهر صغير. النهر صغير. النهر صغير means, النهر means the river. النهر means river. صغير, we've taken this word before, it means small. And previously we mentioned some rules of translation. Whenever you have a word that's ma'rifa, alif lam, and the second word is nakira with tanween, we know to put is or are in the middle and see which one fits and go with it. So the river is small. النهر صغير. النهر صغير. So if you remember that rule, whenever you have a ma'rifa, a word with alif lam, then after that comes a word that is nakira with tanween, you put is or are in the middle and see if it fits. If it does, you keep it in translation. النهر صغير. The river is small. But also now, with our current level of knowledge that we have, we know that this sentence is al-jumla ismiya. So if we were to take this sentence right here and move it right here, we know that it is al-jumla al-ismiya. Right? And we know that al-jumla ismiya is made up of two parts. Two parts. It's made up of a mubtada and it's made up of a khabar. We know this. So in this case, the mubtada would be the word that begins the sentence, the subject, which is an-nahr. So the mubtada would be an-nahr, an-nahru, and the khabar would be صغير. The khabar would be صغير. طيب. Then the next step would be to do i'rab, if you remember. So we would say النهر مبتدأ مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. الضمة ظاهرة. We would say that it is mubtada, it's marfu', and the sign of it being marfu' is the apparent dhamma at the end. And when we would do i'rab of صغير, we would say صغير خبر المبتدا مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. It is the khabar of the mubtada, it is the news, the predicate of the subject, and it is marfu', and the sign of it being marfu' is the apparent dhamma at the end. So that's how you do the i'rab. That's how you do the i'rab. So an-nahru صغير, the river is small. Wa it just means and. والسلحفاة واقفة أمام النهر تنظر إليه. So here we have والسلحفاة واقفة. And we'll pause right there. Once again, we have a word that is ma'rifa, alif lam, and the next word has tanween. Whenever that happens, we said put is or are in the middle. If it fits, keep it. السلحفاة means the turtle. So والسلحفاة and the turtle is واقفة. واقفة, standing. واقفة, standing. If it was a masculine word, the thing that was standing, then we would say واقف. واقف. But the ta marbuta is there because it's a feminine word. السلحفاة is a feminine word. It ends with a ta marbuta. This also is a jumla ismiya. So we would say السلحفاة, it's مبتدأ مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. And we would say واقفة is the خبر المبتدأ. It is مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. And it is مرفوع, and the sign of it being مرفوع is the ضمة at the end. والسلحفاة واقفة. The turtle is standing. So when we go back and put both of those sentences together, we say النهر صغير, the river is small. والسلحفاة واقفة, and the turtle is standing. أمام النهر. أمام النهر. أمام, we've taken this word before, it means in front. النهر, in front of the river. أمام النهر, in front of the river. So the turtle is standing in front of the river. And what's the turtle doing? تنظر. 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 Looking. إليه, at it. تنظر إليه, looking at it. Looking at it. So النهر صغير, the river is small. والسلحفاة واقفة أمام النهر تنظر إليه. And the turtle is standing in front of the river, looking at it. Then the next portion, it says ماء النهر. ماء النهر. We know ma means water. And this is an idafa construction that we have previously studied. Ma has no alif lam or no tanween. The second word has alif lam. We said whenever that happens, this is mudaf wa mudaf ilay. So you would put in translation of in the middle. If it fits, you keep it. So ma means water, and nahr means the river. Put it together, the water of the river. The water of the river, qalilun is small. So there's barely any water. Ma'un nahri qalilun. The water of the river is small. So once again from the beginning. An-nahru saghirun. The river is small. Was-sulhfatu waqifatun. And the turtle is standing amam an-nahri, in front of the river. Tanzuru ilayhi, looking at it. Ma'un nahri, the water of the river, is qalilun, is little. Qalilun actually is little. Small, but like little. Okay? Then we move on here to the next line. Let me erase all this so we don't get confused. Then it says waqad. Waqad. We all know the rules of qad. Whenever it's in front of a fi'l madin, the past tense verb, it is for emphasis. So waqad jaffa. And this is from al-kalimat al-jadida. Jaffa yajifu, right? Jaffa means dried up. Whenever we find a fi'l, a verb, first thing we do is we go searching for a fa'il. And we know the fa'il is found by marfu' status. So we look for the dhamma, it's right here. Juz'un, juz'un. So waqad jaffa juz'un. And then we have another dhamma here, which indicates that this is mawsuf wa sifa. You remember we covered that chapter of the ism and the adjective of it. So you want to change that or translate that together. Juz'un means portion. Juz means portion. Okay? Kabir means big. And they're both with tanween, so we say a big portion. A big portion. Min here means of. And nahri, the river. So وقد جف جزء كبير من النهر. وقد جف جزء كبير من النهر. So certainly a big portion of the river has dried up. جف means dried up. What dried up? جزء كبير من النهر. A big portion of the river has dried up. وقد جف جزء كبير من النهر. طيب. So once again from the beginning, النهر صغير. The river is small. والسلحفاة واقفة, and the turtle is standing. أمام النهر, in front of the river. تنظر إليه, looking at it. ماء النهر قليل. The water of the river is a little. وقد جف جزء كبير من النهر. And certainly a big portion of the river has dried up. Has dried up. طيب. So then here in the next line we have نظرت. This is نظرت, but the kasra here is added for joining with the next word. So it's نظرت. نظرت. السلحفاة. نظر, we know نظر from here تنظر إليه. نظر, it's the fi'l madi form, it means looked. Okay? So نظرت السلحفاة, the turtle looked إلى شجرة التي بجوار النهر. Looked at, إلى at. So نظرت السلحفاة, the turtle looked. And it's نظرت because سلحفاة is feminine with a ta marbuta. So we can't say نظر السلحفاة, we say نظرت السلحفاة in هي form. إلى at الشجرة. الشجرة means the tree. So the turtle looked at the tree. التي, which. التي, which. يعني which, meaning the tree which was بجوار النهر, which was next to. بجوار, next to. If you remember that story we did, we covered بجوار, that one about going to the judge, and the judge, what were you doing next to the car? بجوار. بجوار النهر, next to the river. So بجوار, this expression بجوار means next to. Next to. النهر, the river. So نظرت السلحفاة, the turtle looked إلى الشجرة, at the tree. التي بجوار النهر, which was next to the river. Okay? نظرت السلحفاة إلى الشجرة التي بجوار النهر. The turtle looked at the tree next to the river. فرأت. فرأت. From رأى, رأى, يرى, which means to see. فرأت. فرأت بطتين. So the turtle saw. فرأت. And it has a ta here because السلحفاة is a feminine word with ta marbuta. Fa means then. رأت. So فرأت. So the turtle saw بطتين. 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 We said بطة means duck. بطة. Duck. So بطتين means two ducks. So فرأت بطتين. So he saw two ducks. Where did he see those two ducks? فوق الشجرة. فوق, above. فوق, above. فوق, above. الشجرة, the tree. Above the tree. فرأت بطتين فوق الشجرة. So the turtle saw two ducks above the tree. فقالت. So the turtle said, so she said, لهما, to them both. فقالت لهما, she said to them both, meaning the turtle said to those two ducks, ماذا, what, ماذا, what, ستفعلان, ستفعلان. Look at here, we go back to our sarf rules. Seen, we know seen is from the alamatul fi'l. When we took seen and sawfa, it only comes next to a fi'l mudari', a present tense verb, and it puts it in future tense. It means will. So ماذا sa means what will. تفعلاني, تفعلاني for أنتما, you two. تفعلاني from فعل يفعل, يفعلان, يفعلون, تفعل, يفعلان, يفعلن. Then أنت تفعل, أنتما تفعلان, أنتما تفعلان. So ستفعلان, what will you all do, you two do, بعد, after, بعد, after, أن جف ماء النهر. You remember the rules of ba'da. Whenever ba'da comes, it means after. You can't have ba'da right before a fi'l. So what do you have to do? You have to separate it with an. So you say ba'da an jaffa ma'un nahri. Jaffa, dried up. Ma'un nahri is the fa'il. Ma is the fa'il. Ma'un nahri, the water of the river, is the one drying up. So ماذا, what, ستفعلان, will you two do, بعد أن, after, جف ماء النهر, after the water of the river dries up. What are you two going to do after the water of the river dries up? فقالت البطتان, فقالت البطتان, فقالت البطتان. So the two ducks said, فقالت البطتان. How do we know it's the two ducks that said? Because of the ending. You see? البطتان. You remember that chart in feminine form? مسلمة, مسلمتان, مسلمتين. طيب. Then we said مسلمتان, مسلمتين, مسلمتين. The one for marfu' is مسلمتان, ending in tani. The alif, alif al-muthanna, is the alamatul raf'. It is the sign of the word being a raf'. So here it is the fa'il. In a singular word, the sign of a word being a fa'il is the dhamma. In a dual word, the sign of the word being the fa'il is the alif. It is the sign of the word being marfu', the alif. Al-battatani. So the two ducks said, Assalamu alayki ayyatuha as-sulhafatu. Assalamu alayki, peace be upon you. Ayyatuha as-sulhafatu. Ayyatuha means like, oh, as-sulhafatu, O turtle. So peace be with you, O turtle. Innana, certainly we. Innana, certainly we. Dhahibatani. Dhahibatani, from dhahaba yadhhabu, to go. In the fa'il form, it's dhahibun. Here it's dhahibatani, because it's two of them. So innana dhahibatani means certainly we are going. Dhahibatani. If you recall a while back, I mentioned that you can use the fa'il to mean you're doing something right now. So you could say innana right? Nadhabu. We are going. Or you can say innana dhahibatani. For these two, because it's feminine, so we use tani. Dhahibatani. Or if it was just me, I could say ana, I am, adhabu, going, and then fill in the sentence. Or I can say أنا ذاهب. أنا ذاهب. I am going. So here they said إننا, we are ذاهبتان, going إلى to مكان آخر. مكان آخر. مكان place, آخر another. So we are going to another place. إننا ذاهبتان إلى مكان آخر. Certainly we are going to another place. We are going to another place. طيب. I know a lot of people, follow and they read this also. So I don't want to crunch too much information. So what we're going to do is we'll stop right there so we can master this portion that we took of translation today. Because everyone's on different levels. Yes, there are some students that are advanced. There's some students that are going to need to put in a lot of time to make sure that they understand this text. So read this over for homework like 20 times and translate to yourselves without looking at the English to the best of your ability. That way when we come tomorrow, we can begin to finish this story, inshallah ta'ala. We'll do this portion because it's long. It's long. So I feel more comfortable if I just give you this portion right now today. Then you can watch the video and get used to it. Some words of advice that even the other class they mentioned is try recording yourself, reading this and listening to it, and then translating in your head when you listen to it. Inshallah.
Sheikh.
نعم.
Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
In the second paragraph where it starts off, Nadarati, why is there a kasra at the end of that word?
Very good question, mashallah. So there is a kasra at the end of this, nadarati. لماذا? I don't know what just happened. Right here. Nadarati, but it works out. Nadarati. This kasra here is there for flow of reading. Okay? So it's normally nadarat. But when you continue reading and there is a alif lam on the next word, you add a kasra for flow of reading. So you don't want to say nadarat as-sulhfatu. Because in the Arabic language, لا يجوز اجتماع ساكنين. It's not allowed to put two sukoons together. So there's a sukoon here and there's a sukoon here. You can't do that in Arabic, so the kasra is added to get rid of that rule. نظرت السلحفاة. But in your head, you know it's a sukoon. In your head, you know it's a sukoon. Inshallah, I hope that was clear.
Yes, it was, Sheikh. Shukran.
Barakallahu feek. Ameen. Wa iyyak. Naam.
Sheikh, it was, and by my mistake, you found a useful tool just now. Where you can
yes, by mistake. I'm trying to figure out how to do it again. I don't know. Yeah, I just saw. I don't know what I pressed. I don't know what I did. I gotta play with it now. I gotta go search how that just highlighted that and brought it up close. Mashallah.
It was a round circle first, like a see-through circle that went by, and then the box came.
Okay, see-through circle. It might be one of these things, maybe. Let's see.
No, not that.
No, wasn't that text?
It was like a clear. It was like a clear circle came across, and then the box came down.
Yo, there's the box. But I don't know how. Yeah, this is not. It can't be this. Yeah, I don't know. This one is just this.
Try.
I gotta mess with it tomorrow and see what I did on accident, or I'm gonna go back and watch a video and see what happened. Subhanallah. Naam. So there's a lot of hidden tools on here. I gotta figure out. Inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Well, yeah. Hey, Sheikh, I got one more question.
Sure.
About the story, beautiful story, but I'm just trying to figure out how do we know when I didn't know a turtle could stand.
Yeah, well, waqifatun means like it can mean like parked, like it's not standing, but it's on its feet, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not standing like us. But waqifatun means he's staying still, looking. Right. Yeah. No, I know it. Not on its hind legs. Although this story is pretty crazy. You saw him catching that branch, and subhanallah.
Yeah.
So you never know, you know.
I caught the drift of the story. A lot of people could learn from this story.
Naam. So when we finish it tomorrow, you'll see the lesson. Yes, it's deep.
It's a nice lesson.
Naam, it is. It is. Alhamdulillah. طيب. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless you. We'll see everybody tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. Work on this paragraph that we took today. Tomorrow's Friday. Sahih, subhanallah. Well, let's see what happens. We'll keep in touch on the Telegram group, inshallah. Naam.
All right, inshallah.
إن شاء الله. يلا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم
وعليكم
السلام.
السلام
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام ورحمة الله.